my Cake Delicious people, it's Lee from Lee and the Sweet Life, and today I'm going to show you how to make a date and chocolate chip cake with mascarpone frosting. As you probably know by the headband, this is also being made on the same day as the sugar cookies, because I need to catch up really and give lots and lots of things. So I've still only got 72 subscribers, but thank you so much. Please ring the bell, please subscribe for any new videos that are coming up. I've got something really exciting happening at Christmas, so I'm leading up to that, even though Christmas seems such a long time away. If any of you don't know, I am half Croatian. My dad was Croatian, which I'm very proud of. My mum was a Geordie, which I'm equally as proud of. And you can tell by the accent, yeah? And at Christmas time, I and my husband, my lovely Mr. G, and other people tend to go home sometimes for Christmas or New Year. This year we're going to Croatia in New Year, and I come from a family of people who can cook for some reason and bake, and it's fantastic. So I'm going to be making a couple of YouTube videos of one of my family members called Tanya and her lovely husband called Ivo, and they're going to make some family recipes for you, so look out for that. And you know, and also I'm going with my fabulous sister Dawn and her wife, so yeah. But right now, back to the thing, I'm making a chocolate and date chocolate chip cake. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Again, I will put it all together, show you what to do, bake it, show you that, make the frosting with you, and then right at the end of the whole thing, once I put everything together, I will give you the recipe, because you know, you make it in your own time. This is a fab recipe, by the way. It's so easy. I always like to give you things that are just so easy but make people go, oh, you spent hours making that. So again, I've had to measure everything out while I've done it, because normally I do it from memory. So here we go. So first thing I've done is I've got an 8-inch cake tin, and I prepared it. And because I'm making chocolate cake as a foundation, I've covered it in cocoa powder. If you're looking to see how you can get a foolproof way of not having your cake stick to your pans, look at one of my other YouTube things, because it is the easiest thing in the world. And I'm not going to go through it right now, but you can check it out. Okay, so that's the first thing. Then I have in here, in this thing, which doesn't look very appetizing, but you know, I'll tell you why in a minute. I have 180 grams of dried chopped dates in 7 fluid ounces. I have to think about that. I'm looking at a thing down here actually. 7 fluid ounces of boiling water, and I've just let them sit in there for 20 minutes. So it sort of gives a little bit of brings out all the juices, and we're going to use that liquid in the cake, so it's not going to get wasted. So there's a method in the madness. I have got, how many have I got in here? Chocolate chips. I have 100 grams of chocolate chips in here, and these are Belgian chocolate chips that we use, but you can use anything. If you want to use dark chocolate chips, that's absolutely fine. I have some nice, lovely, soft brown sugar, 170 grams. In here, I have 250 grams of self-raising flour and 30 grams of cocoa. Not drinking chocolate, because it's added sugar in there. Cocoa, and don't go crazy. You can buy the best ever if you want to, but just ordinary cocoa powder is what we're looking at. I have 1 egg, which I've just decanted into a cup, so I can give it a little bit of a stir. And I have on this plate 80 grams of margarine. Margarine for cakes, butter for cookies, and that's in another YouTube video. So what I'll do is I shall show you what to do with all of these. So I'm going to be moving the camera. Oh, and also got baking powder, and that's going to be half a teaspoon of baking powder. So let me stop this video, go over to the mixer and show you what's going to happen next. I put the brown sugar and the margarine in together, and the margarine was at room temperature, and I've always used this mixed it about 7 times this morning. So, and what I'm going to do is let that mix away, and then I'm going to behind me and switch that off and just scrape that down a little bit, just to give it the best opportunity to
cream together. So I'm going to let that mix for maybe 3-5 minutes until it's all creamed, and then I'm going to add the egg. And once I've added the egg, I shall show you what's happening. Okay, so I've creamed the brown sugar and the margarine together. I've added the 1 egg, and this is what it looks like once it's all been beaten for a little while. So scrape it down. Don't forget to keep scraping it down. I'm just going to reach behind me. Excuse me. Oh, if only I knew what I was doing. And I'm getting the mixture of the chopped dates with the water, hot water, and I'm pouring that all in there. And it's going to get very noisy again, so I'm going to stop talking now, but I want you to see what happens. Here we go. Okay, so I'm not looking for a huge mix with that. I just want it to be combined, and then I'm going to move this bowl over to the work surface, and I shall see you over there.
Hello, back again. Okay, so I'm going to do the rest of, see, this is so easy, and this is how quick it is. I haven't put the oven on yet to heat. By the way, the oven should be preheated to about 180, depending on your oven and how old it is and the temperature that it settles at, but 180 is good. And this is what the mixture looks like with the chopped dates and the water combined. It looks pretty yucky. So what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to put the chocolate chips in just yet, because they will melt because it's quite warm. I'm going to put the flour and the cocoa powder in, and I've also added the baking powder to this mixture. Okay, so that's all going to go in. And it's no, you know, again, no bells and whistles with it. You can just pop it in. All the recipes I like to give you are incredibly forgiving, very quick, very easy, and incredibly yummy. Give that a bit of a scrape round, because you know, you want all the dry ingredients. And then just mix it. And it's quite a damp recipe, this, in comparison to other recipes. It's not watery. It's a good old mix. Okay. Oh, I can smell the chocolate. It's fabulous. So that's what it looks like. And then I'm going to add the chocolate chips, because I don't want those to melt. I just want them to be combined. So don't overmix your cake. Just mix cake until it's combined. All right. If you mix a cake mixture too much, then you're going to get it very heavy. That's why I always put dry ingredients such as flour and cocoa powder and things like that in by hand at the end. So I use the mixer to mix all the eggs and get it nice and fluffy, and then use it to fold in or mix in all the dry ingredients, because then you're not going to overmix it. You can see what's happening. And then in the prepared 8-inch tin, I'm going to pop all of that in there. Scrape it all out. Let's not waste anything. And then I'm just going to get an offset spatula for my millions up there, and just make sure that's nice and flat. Oh, it looks good. And actually, if this was smell-o-vision, you would be smelling lovely chocolateness. So that's going to go in my preheated oven, 180 degrees for, I'm going to start off with 25 minutes. Again, it depends on your oven. The longer you have your oven, most likely it loses heat. I know that sounds really odd. We have our oven serviced every year, and the guys come along and put a thermometer in to the oven, and then they readjust it on the outside and do all this wonderful stuff with it, because each year your oven loses things. So if you're doing recipes, if you had your oven for 10 years, you may not need to buy another oven. Just have it spend 20, 30, 50 pounds on having somebody come in and adjust the temperature, because it might be just that. So 180 for about 25 minutes to start, and then I'm going to test it with a skewer in the middle to see if it's wet. If it comes out wet, keep it in for another 3 minutes, and then check every 3 minutes. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. And then the next time you see me will be tomorrow, when I'm going to be putting a mascarpone cheese yumminess topping on that. So I'm going to let this come out of the oven, and I'm going to let it cool overnight in the tin, and then I'm going to show you how to get it out tomorrow and do all the yumminess. So see you later. Back again. This is the next day after baked the cake, and let me just show you what that's like in here. And actually it took about 30 minutes, so let's adjust the time on the thing I said before, but you'll see all that
and the written format at the end with the recipe. So that's what it looks like. Fabulous, and it's incredibly moist in there, and that's with the water that was letting the dates marinate in. So let's make a fabulous topping for that, and then I'll put it all together. So this is so easy and so gorgeous and so rich. So let's start first. We've got 250 grams of mascarpone. This is just so delicious. I have to say, this is probably not the healthiest cake in the whole wide world, but it is one that you're going to want to make again and again. And then I have in here, and I don't know why I put it in a jug, because it's literally just 300 mils of double cream. And I just tipped it out into here for some reason, which is just 1 carton. So I'm going to pop that into there as well. There you go. This is just into the mixing bowl that we're going to give it a huge big mix. And I need to go to the pantry here because I forgot to bring something over. And then we're going to have 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Go. 1, 2. And I use vanilla extract because it just tastes good to me. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this over to the mixer, and then I'm going to show you what happens next. So here we go. I'm going to start. So here we go. I'm going to start this mixer now, and it's all in there, my trusty KitchenAid, and you'll see what's going to happen. But I'm not going to carry on because it's incredibly noisy. But what I'm going to do is let it mix until I get to the right texture, and I'll show you that. And I'm going to be scraping this down constantly, really, just to incorporate everything. Here we go. So I have just beaten this. That sounds really horrible, doesn't it? Let me turn the light on it because I told you I've got lamps everywhere. That could, maybe it's worse like that. Anyway, this is how it looks when it's been beaten, like very thick, creamy yumminess. And that took about 10 minutes. And what I'm going to do is now add a 1/4 cup of icing sugar, and I'm going to add this in little bits, so I'm going to have to switch the machine back on to show you how this works. And this is just to add a little extra sweetness to it. So, and this is where it flies everywhere. So here we go. Just doing it slowly, don't dump it all in at once, otherwise you will get it all over your face and all over your clothes. And let that mix. Just give it a last scrape down. Nice, incorporate all of that. One last mix, and then we'll put it onto the cake. So here's the mixture. Once my phone stops moving around, you'll be able to see it. So here it is. And I'm just going to scrape this off the paddle, and then show you what to do with it on our delicious cake. And then I shall cut into the cake, and you can see how yummy it is. I might even have a piece, even though it's fairly early in the morning for this section. So there we go. Pop that into the sink. Don't waste anything. Let me just have a taste of that. Clean spoon. Oh, it is slightly sweet, not too sweet. But the mascarpone cheese brings it down a level in sweetness and up a level in yumminess. It is gorgeous. And this is so easy to make, as you've just seen. And you can put it on any sort of cake, in any sort of cake, like a filler. You know, if you're doing a sandwich cake, you put it in the middle and the top. It's just gorgeous. So this is what I'm going to show you with this cake. So here we go. So I'm just going to go around the edge with a opposite spatula, just so that it doesn't, so I can get it out basically. And again, if you want to know how to prepare this tin so it is non-stick, and it, you know, never mind whether it's silver or black or what, or red. I've got red ones. That's really interesting, isn't it? I think it was a Christmas gift, red. then just look at one of my other YouTube videos, and you'll see how to prepare it for a non-stick, so that nothing sticks. So that's it. So easy, comes out of the cake pan. Take that off, pop it over there, and then I have just got a turntable with an 8-inch board, and I'm just going to turn that over the top, over, so the round bit's on the top. If sometimes I like the flat bit on the top if I'm doing sort of decorated cakes, but because this is a certain type of cake. Okay, that was awesome. Somebody knocked at the door and it was my order. Flour, caster sugar, all that sort of thing. From Baker, which is where I get a lot of my stuff, and that's where the fondant I use. So I was just saying that sometimes I want a flat, but this time, because it's the sort of cake it is, I want to have it rounded on the top. So literally all I'm going to do is that, and then just spread it out. And I've got a turntable here, but you don't need to have one if you don't want to. Can you see it's really, there's quite a lot on there, but hey, if you're going to be indulgent, let's be indulgent. That's what I say. So I'm just going to make it look sort of pretty. I could put it over the sides, but I really don't want to. So it's going to look pretty, but it's going to look artisanal, rough and ready and tasty. So that's basically it. Can you see that? How gorgeous is that? So everything will be posted, the recipe for all of this and how to do it will be posted at the end, and I shall go through it. So that's what happens. And what I'm going to do now is just cut a slice, just so you see what it looks like inside and how gorgeous this is. So I'm just reaching out because above this, above my phone or camera or video machine, whatever, is the thing that holds all of this. So I am going to, first of all, I'm going to make it look good and pop it onto here. And then let's just cut a slice. Plates will be good. Oh gosh, look at that. All right. So that is an incredibly moist, incredibly tasty, incredibly luxurious chocolate date and chocolate chip cake with mascarpone and double cream topping. Let me just give that a taste. Oh. I have no words. It's just amazing. And this is going to go out into our cafe today. So please, thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Please ring the bell. I would love to get up to like 100 subscribers, which I think will be impossible for me, but I hope you've enjoyed it. Send me messages, and just remember that anybody can cook or bake. Just be brave and just give it a go. All right then, see you later. Bye. So here we are with the recipe. I'm going to talk you through it. So the cake is 180 grams of chopped dates with 7 fluid ounces of boiling water, and you need to soak the dates in the boiling water for 15 minutes. 1 large egg, decant that into a cup just so you don't get any shell and you make sure it's fresh. 250 grams of self-raising flour and 50 grams of cocoa powder. Don't use drinking chocolate because there's added sugar, etc. in drinking chocolate, and you're looking for that really chocolatey taste, okay? 80 grams of margarine and 170 grams of light brown sugar. Okay, so those are the two things you have to cream together first, and then you add your egg and cream that, and then you'll see on the video the other stuff you need to do. And then we've got half a teaspoonful of baking powder and 100 grams of chocolate chips. I've used Belgian chocolate chips. You use anything. If you want to put white chocolate chips in there, that's fine. Don't put those in till you've combined all the dry ingredients, because you remember you're putting hot water in, so they will melt. Okay, and you need to have an 8-inch round cake tin prepared, dusted with some extra cocoa powder. So and you need that lined and etc. And don't forget, you can look on one of my YouTube posts to find out how to do that. And the frosting, which is the easiest thing, and also this frosting you can use for anything. Remember, if you're sandwiching cakes together or even on top of cupcakes, cupcakes. Anyway, 300, that's my personal opinion, 300 mils of double cream, which is just 1 tub, 250 grams of mascarpone cheese, which again is just 1 tub, well, the one I had anyway, quarter of a cup of, or 25 grams of icing sugar, and you're going to mix these two together for maybe 10-15 minutes until you get nice thick gloopy, like whipped generous peaks, and then slowly add your icing sugar to that. When you put these two in, don't forget to add the 2 teaspoons of vanilla to that, okay? And then you just let it whip and slowly add that. Okay, hope that's helped. See you next time. Please subscribe and do all the belly things, and have a nice time. Good luck.